front in the forwards, and on some occasions they've been battered. And Michael Maguire, I don't think we'll be too concerned. Just 6 points adrift at home. Remember, they've been blitzing in the opening 10, and I reckon that would have been the message to all his players. Get down there, get possession, and really hammer them in defence.
Richards gets us underway, second half. That ball is going to bounce away from Maguire. And Wigan have got the ball back. It was a wonderful kick-off again from Richards. It fooled them all. And first to react was Hoffman, but he's picked up a bang on the hip. Here is Coley. Back he comes. Finch to Deacon. This is Joel Tompkins. He finds Charnley. Charnley trying to go inside Ablett and Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Well, it just fell asleep, Leeds, on the kick-off.
Tewson will drive it in again.
They could pay the price here.
3 tackles gone. Wigan are 5 metres short of the line. Now it's with Deacon. Deacon then flat pass to Finch. Finch finds Tompkins. And a man on the overlap forward. That was a forward pass.
He's given the try.
Richards gets the try, but it was a forward pass. Leeds will feel hard done by, but Richards gets the try, number 12 of the campaign. Michael Maguire, well, the kick-off from Richards was outstanding. A little shake of the head there. Does he know that that perhaps was tonight's get-out-of-jail card? Richards with the try. Look forward, though, the last pass.
This is the kick from Richards. It's hanging. Who wants it? They pulled away from it. No one really shouted. No one wanted it. Brent Webb should have got to it. But this is a shocker. I'm sorry. The officials should see something like this. That is so far forward. It's laughable. Leeds won't be. Not a grin on any Leeds player's face. Look at this. He's had to lean forward for it. And you can see the way that he's thrown.
Did it touch Ben Jones-Bishop? Did that ball touch Ben Jones-Bishop? Are we being a bit harsh on the officials?
It doesn't matter if he pushes it forward, certainly.
No, I'm saying it might have come off Ben Jones-Bishop and moved forward. Richards adds the extras. What a start for Wigan, second half. 18 apiece. All to play for now.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's forward.
Steve, I agree with you. Whether it touches Ben Jones-Bishop or not, the ball has been thrown forward. I think you've got, look at the hands.
Even if it
hands
touches
are projecting the ball forward. That's a forward pass for me. But you need a bit of luck in this game, and you get it sometimes. And Wigan have certainly just got their share.
Well, I'd love to see the face of the Leeds coach, Brian McDermott, at the moment.
Well, maybe it's better that we don't actually take a look at Brian McDermott.
Take the kids out of the living room if we replay it, because he will be furious, and he has every right to be.
But just to take that forward pass away, we just saw the potency of that left side attack that I mentioned earlier in the first half. It's a wonderful option that they have on that side.
Here goes Lee Mossop, trying to get Wigan to the halfway line on tackle number 4. He nearly does. Peacock is waiting to come back for the Leeds Rhinos. Finch with the kick, but that's straight down the throat of Brent Webb. Let's go down to Rod Studd for half-time news.
Well, Brian McDermott and his coaching staff, Eddie, were warning their players about what happened at Hennedy Carnegie back earlier in the season, when they led 12-4 at half-time and later 22-4, but only drew 22-all. Well, those warnings have come back to haunt Leeds, haven't they, a little bit now? Wigan are back on the board. They want to play Wigan at the right end of the field. They know how dangerous Wigan are. They start sets in the 20-metre area. Well, we've just seen how dangerous they can be. Wigan have hurt themselves, according to Michael Maguire, with uncharacteristic errors. He wants them to cut out those errors, and Harrison Hansen's got a slight cut, but they're not too worried about that. They won't know this, but Warrington, their arch rivals, are 24-0 up at Cass. This is a big second half for Michael Maguire and Wigan, Eddie.
It certainly is. That's Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Last tackle, they are on the 40-metre line inside the Wigan half, and Sinfield was under pressure from O'Loughlin.
And it was forced into a poor kick indeed. Oh, that's a big gamble, but they've only got one-on-one out there, and he's got the pace.
And here goes Carmel down that side. Can he stay in the field of play? Yes, he can. Desperate defence from Sinfield and Smith. Warrington have increased the lead. 28-0 they lead at Castleford. Saints 14-8 up against Hull. Hull are fighting back. Wigan are fighting back here. The other match, Salford and the Harlequins. You've got to give we're ahead at half-time.
You've got to give credit to this Wigan outfit. Oh, beautiful pass.
Hoffman way to Carmont. Second try of the second half for Wigan. They have started the second half like a house on fire. The initial pass from Brett Finch was outstanding. Whatever he has said has hit the mark. Carmont with the try. 33 tomorrow is George Carmont. Celebrations tonight and tomorrow on the back of that try. Wigan edge in front at the start of this second half.
Full credit to Wigan to throw the ball out in your own quarter like that. In and out, Richards, Carmont, look at him, he has the space, and he had the wherewithal to make sure he kept in the field of play. Great strength there to do that. Quick hands, but the pass, oh, superb. Hoffman, then offload, Carmont knows it's over to the line. They've come up with a double blitz. Sensational from Finch. And then Hoffman, they just completely split them. And he will be pleased, Michael Maguire, mainly due to the fact the confidence shown by the fullback Sam Tompkins. Deep within his own quarter, gets the ball out onto the left.
And Tompkins Richards inevitably adds the extras at 24-18. Wigan are ahead. Leeds, they should not fall in a hole because they will remember they won on their last visit to Wigan in the playoffs last September. Brian McDermott, Jimmy Lowes, they know this one is not beyond them, but they must prevent Wigan from scoring again early. Good kick-off. Coley to run it out from his own in-goal area. Great chase from Leeds from the kick. McIlaurum is waiting. Mossop again carries the battle towards Delaney. They get him down on the 20-metre line. McIlaurum again tackled by Peacock.
Well, Michael Maguire said at half-time he needed a little bit more urgency.
Well, who's going to stop Warrington? 32-0 at Castleford.
Wow.
They're top of the table, and no matter what happens here now, they're going to stay top of the table.
And again, that delayed short pass from Brett Finch is creating all sorts of trouble for this Leeds defence, and that's a high one.
Oh, and Zach Hardick has dropped it. Coley's got it back for Wigan. There was an almighty charge on Hardick, and then Deacon back on the inside. Wigan suddenly got the wind in their sails.
Not the bad position by Hardick, and he was having to reach out for it. It's going to be solid defence to keep them out.
O'Loughlin with that drive in on tackle number 3. They're underneath the sticks. McIlaurum.
Did he play that ball correctly? I'm not so sure about that.
The ball went backwards there anyway, so the referee says play on. Here is Deacon. And Deacon tries to go in between a couple. Jamie Jones-Buchanan brings him down. That's Brett Finch, isn't it? No, it's not. It's McIlaurum. There's Deacon. Back he comes to O'Loughlin. High kick. Looking for Richards. And I think that came off Ben Jones-Bishop. No, it didn't. It's a goal line. It's a 20-metre restart.
Great tactics. Loughlin, the skipper, he knows the height of this fella Richards. It looked to me as though Ben Jones-Bishop got to it.
It came off somebody, I'm sure.
I'm with you, Eddie. I think it might have come off the young winger. Either way now, big problem for the Rhinos. Can they get it into the opposition half? They need something to lift their spirits. A clean break, put them into a good position, as just as it was with Wigan, with George Carmont. They took the risk, did Wigan.
This is Maguire for the Leeds Rhinos. They're desperate to get to halfway and get over the halfway on this set of 6. Burrow will take them there via Webb. Webb then to Sinfield. They have a man on the overlap wide. Sinfield taking it on himself up the middle. Now it's with Webb. Webb going over towards that right-hand side. Tackle wide on the last. Ben Jones Bishop just delayed for a moment. Lee Smith will hoist an up and under. Who wants this? Nobody. Leeds have still got it. Ali Lauatiti finds Hardaker. Hardaker's got a kick. Oh, it's a poor kick.
Yeah, and good position by Sam Tompkins. Perhaps the inexperience showing there. Hardaker really should have got that ball instead. He knew he was closed into the free corner. He should have kicked in field. Tension on the face of Brian McDermott, and rightly so. 2 quick tries after the restart. Wigan have control.
Well, here's the difference of what Wigan are doing well for the second half. They're controlling the ball now. In the first half, they got into this position and turned the ball over. And that's what Michael Maguire was talking about at half-time. They made uncustomary errors and put themselves under enormous pressure. What they've done so far in the first 10 minutes is got to their kick or scored a try.
He's inside the 40-metre mark, but that's not a good kick. It's straight to Brent Webb, who positioned himself as he does brilliantly. Good chase though from the kick, led by Brett Finch. Now Ben Jones Bishop again, up the middle, but McIlaurin and O'Loughlin get to him with help from Coley. Luluai has returned for the Wigan Warriors. Could be significant.
Smart move by Maguire. He knows the impact that Luluai can bring to this side. Oh, that looks forward. Got away with it.
Burrow. Infield it goes to Luluai, who is clobbered by McIlaurin. No, nothing wrong with that.
Did well to take it, didn't he?
Maguire tries to slide the kick in between Tompkins and Richards, succeeds. Good kick, good chase. Richards. Sinfield got to him eventually with Big Ali. Well, Warrington, they just are scoring for fun, aren't they? And Castleford, beaten in the south of France last weekend, getting hammered at home, and they're due here at Wigan on Wednesday. 52 minutes gone here, Wigan ahead 24-18.
Got to squeeze them down now, the Rhinos. Wigan looking very, very dangerous indeed. That looked a touch high from Kevin Sinfield.
Down the short side they go, Hoffman, and Carmon gets the ball away brilliantly to Richards. He gets past Sinfield, but not past Ben Jones Bishop. Good scrambling defence from the Rhinos. Finch again dabs the ball towards those posts. Zach Hardaker's after it, has to wait. It's a good kick.
Brilliant kick, and what a chase. And what a hit down as well. Chris Towson leading the way.
Lauatiti. Look at this from Wigan now.
Look at the impact there. That really is bruising defence. They got the tails up now. They're getting back into that defensive effort. Not just one, not just two, but it's nearly always 3 men in, 1 low. Make sure that no one can get to the football.
Tremendous set defensively from Wigan so far. 4 tackles, 12 metres forward. Jamie Jones Buchanan will carry the battle on the last. Now then, the kick has to be good. Tompkins has fallen back very deep. Jamie Jones Buchanan a bit bewildered as he gets to his feet. Sinfield arrows the kick over the top, but straight to Tompkins. There's 30 metres ahead of him before the Leeds chasers arrive.
But the significant thing about that is look where Tompkins will be playing the ball. Halfway line. That's how you control a game, and with such good quality kickers out there. Brett Finch, Paul Deacon. They can really put a lot of pressure now on the Rhinos yet again.
This is Luluai, he pops it up to Coley.
Well, down that left-hand side on attack, they've been superb. They're going the right on this occasion, though.
Here is Sam Tompkins, this is brother Joel. He flicks it to Josh Charnley. Charnley, a weaving little run. Maybe a hint of obstruction, maybe a penalty should have been given against Ablett. Here is Luluai, now it's Finch, back on the inside to Coley.
Leeds defence, they're hanging back. Some are moving forwards, and main defence is going backwards.
Luluai attacking the line, it was a power play. He gets the ball away, it's the turnover though.
This is what Wigan are very good at. The good sides are able to do this. They'll arm wrestle with you for a little while, and then they'll start to pin you. And what they do is they force error. Play on here from Leeds. The crowd
Well, the whistle then, Thierry Alibert.
Well, it should have been a penalty. Interference at the play of the ball there, but it's not having his best game, I'm afraid, the official.
He blew the whistle, they all stopped, and then he said, play on.
Well, it was a farce, wasn't it? Kevin Sinfield got the ball and had to look at the referee.
Hardyker jinks inside, but this swarming Wigan defence gets to him. Burrow, Maguire, Sinfield. Important grab of the legs there by Andy Coley. Burrow will have a scamper from dummy half, gives it to Jamie Jones Buchanan, takes the return brilliantly. That's touched by Charn Lee.
That'll be a knock-on.
The intensity level that Wigan come out in this second half, they've just lifted the intensity, they've lifted up, they've shifted up 2 gears, and Leeds have done everything they can to stay with them. And they've had an opportunity here, they've got the ball back, it's now they've got to turn this back on this Wigan side, they've got to start to build pressure, they've perhaps got to look to get a repeat set here and try and put a little bit of pressure back on this Wigan side, because it's been all Wigan for the first 15 minutes of this second half, and it's important Leeds chance their arm in this next couple of sets of 6.
Yeah, totally agree with Yassin, and that was the point I was making before Terry Alibert confused me. But absolutely right. Leeds are a side that can weather a storm. They can actually have the blowtorch applied with them, but come out of it and not get burnt too much. And they're hanging in there very well. Again, they're not playing poorly. It's just not been allowed to play at the moment. But if you bide your time and you're patient, your opportunity will come.
Biggest problem, though, Sean, is the fact that Leeds have had poor field position since the restart.
Yeah, there's been some juice taken out of them, no doubt.
Now then, there's a chance here for Webb, who's found Ablett. He comes in field and is clattered to the ground on tackle number 3. Burrow, Maguire, Peacock. No way through for Jamie Peacock. It's tremendous defence from McIlaurum and Coley. Burrow, Maguire. Maguire still over the top against the Hardaker. He cuts in field and Charnley stood his ground. That's the last for Leeds this set of 6. Can they force a repeat set or better? Maguire with the kick, and it's too deep. He'd be disappointed with that, and so will Danny Maguire.
Yeah, a little bit too strong. What they needed is to just bow up in the in-goal area and maybe get a drop out from underneath the sticks. They've struggled to get consecutive sets.
But I think they've found something there in Joel Tompkins. A few times now in this game, Joel Tompkins has come up and turned his shoulders and his hips in and committed himself before he needs to. And I think Leeds, you might find Leeds play a little bit more down Wigan's right side.
Hoffman retained the possession for his team. He is Mossop. Well, Harlequins 18-14 ahead at the Willows with apparently a weakened side, the Quins. This is O'Loughlin. Back it comes to Tompkins. Now it's with Lulawai. Short ball then. Finds Harrison Hansen. Good defence from Carl Ablett.
And be as well. This will be a high kick.
Lulawai. Too deep that. Straight to Ben Jones-Bishop. Come on to him first. Helped out by Pat Richards.
Leeds have to do something a little bit different. They've been trying to force through, and as we've been saying throughout the second half especially, is that the Warriors' defence is just so strong. There's something, maybe a chip over the top. That's a good run there, but they've soon got to Smith. Sam Tompkins is not deep, so he's anticipating something different.
Lulawai grounded by Coley. Maguire again, finds Webb. Webb in front of Lulawai, gives it to Ablett. Harrison Hansen gets to him. Ablett still going, good stuff from Carl Ablett. Down he goes though on the last. Badiris is back out there. Chips the ball over the top. It bobbles its way to Richards. Badiris does well though.
The kick, the idea was okay, but this Wigan defence, the positional sense there was great. Pat Richards showing all his experience, came in well off the wing, anticipated the kick through from the hooker. Look at that. Great stuff.
O'Loughlin taking on Clarkson. Lulawai in there to add weight to that tackle. Qualified Wigan for the grand final last year with a 26-6 win at Headingley. They also won that first ever grand final against Leeds way back in 1998. Tompkins with the kick all along the deck. It's easy for Webb.
You made the point, Eddie, in regard to the Wigan captain, Sean O'Loughlin. You know, it really has turned into a workhorse. Defence is solid, it takes the ball up. Not so much more of a distributor as he used to be.
Yeah, well, he's the top tackler again this year and has been for the last 3 years for the Wigan Warriors.
And it's paying off for them, isn't it? You know, the leadership, you don't have to start shouting, yelling and bawling. It's all about follow me. I'll do the hard work and you lift the side.
Maguire with a bit of space for Ablett. He comes inside Joel Tompkins, but Tompkins sticks to him and then just surrenders the pass. And Harrison Hansen flicks it back. I tell you what, that almost caught Michael McIlaurin napping.
Just got there in time, didn't he? That's a shame because Carl Ablett has had a fine match. Went through a lot of work and you can see he was trying to offload there to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. But this will be the ruthless run by the young Wigan forwards.
Castleford fighting back. Lima has got a penalty off Thierry Alibert. Offside.
Well, I'm not so sure they'll go for the 2. I think they'll try to run this. Oh, no. They're going for the 2.
There's the penalty for offside. Peacock was the man picked out by Thierry Alibert.
Yeah, it's such a shame that with the Ablett offload there, because Leeds had absorbed a lot of pressure and a lot of intensity off the Wigan side, and they'd just come through the other end, and Wigan was starting their sets again back on their own trial and having to work their way out, and a silly offload from Ablett has just given Wigan an opportunity to go 2 scores ahead, and when Wigan go 2 scores ahead, it's very difficult to claw them back.
Well, Pat Richards is absolutely dead-eye with the boot, isn't he? 4 from 4 tonight. This is bang in front of the sticks. OK, 31 metres plus away. 32 then, OK.
Chicken feed for this fella.
This to mean that Leeds have to score twice. And Leeds have to score twice. 26-18, the man of steel with the successful kick, and the crowd on its feet celebrating. Brian McDermott knows the start of this second half has cost his team dearly.
Yeah, it'd be difficult for him to just push out of his mind is the fact that first try after the restart definitely was a forward pass. Full credit though to the Rhinos. You know, in the past couple of weeks and past games, they've had a problem, you know, with sort of saying, oh, the heads go down because a result or maybe a decision by the official has gone against them. But they've really rolled the sleeves up.
So are Castleford, they're rolling the sleeves up. 38-14 now from 38-0. Joel Tompkins for Wigan. 26-18 they lead. Saints beating Hull. And Harlequins beating Salford at the moment.
Been impressed with the way that Wigan, remember that came up with quite a few errors in that first 40, but they've controlled the game and they haven't been too adventurous at times. They've known the decision, get the kick in the chains. Not the best on this occasion, but they have the numbers yet again.
Lee Smith.
Just nowhere to go for this Leeds outfit now.
They're 40 metres away from their own line, and the real wrestling match between Lee Smith and Lee Mossop. This is Peacock. Back to the post he's attacking, but the legs keep on pumping. Badiris to Maguire to Sinfield, trying to hit and spin. Goes down, tackle number 4. Well, they're just losing their way a bit, Leeds.
Well, they've got to force their arm, they've got to try something different. They know that, they've got to get on the scoreboard very, very quickly. It wasn't the best from Danny Maguire. But watch how Wigan will control this now. Yeah, not the best. Joel Tompkins.
Outstanding square. There's been a lot of that tonight, not standing square, both sides. He missed a few in the first half, did Thierry Alibert. But, well, Kylie Luluwai couldn't help himself.
Well, Lautiti, the second man, he was well out onto the left-hand side as well. It all comes about by the enthusiasm, trying to play the ball quickly.
We're just seeing signs at the moment with Leeds with that fatigue factor that comes in because they've had to work so hard at the start of the second half. They'll put under pressure with a couple of tries. Wigan haven't let it bring the ball off the line too often. And Wigan have had the ascendancy for most of the second half. And you can just see Leeds now just starting to come up with errors both offensively and defensively.
Bailey has returned to the fray. Luluwai has come off after that penalty concession. Maybe there was a bit of fatigue there. It's McIlaurin. Now they switch the direction of the attack with Luluwai. He finds O'Loughlin. Back it comes to Tompkins. Sam Tompkins. Down he goes. McIlaurin gets the ball to Joel Tompkins.
It's got to be a knock-on.
0 tackle, says the referee.
Bit of a tussle in the back play there. Joel Tompkins been pulled away. Common sense prevailed. Just couldn't take it in, could have the big centre, Joel Tompkins.
This is Ryan Bailey.
But this is the effort. Now that should have been a penalty. That was right round the neck. This is where Michael Maguire will be very, very happy with the way that they just keep Leeds time and time again, deep down in their own half.
That's great defensive effort from Coleman. He's nicked the ball. I'm almost sure that I heard Thierry Alibert say that the tackle was held.
I think he had a little bit of assistance there, did the man with the whistle.
It's a knock-on against Carmont.
Well, the ball-carrying arm has not hit the deck.
Come on, he's a leg!
And he's got it for a knock-on, he just didn't get it.
Guys, go on the back!
Good job as well.
Play on!
See how he rips it. Tackle certainly wasn't completed. Just couldn't hang on to it.
Lee Smith's relieved. Here comes Ablett. Now it's wide to Hardacre.
Look at the numbers. Oh, it's brilliant defence. Luluwai right into the face.
Okay, well done. Danny, you off!
Well, they've given plenty of opportunity with Hardacre. But there's just nowhere to go for them.
Peacock to halfway on tackle number 3.
Can we get something from Maguire? Something outstanding.
Well, that's Maguire, and here is Webb. Referee says play on. There was a hint of obstruction then. Here's Clarkson.
Stepped out a bit well, did Brent Webb.
Ball's come free. Knock on.
And they'll get the plaudits.
It was okay. I have seen, but he was tackled immediately. Not my take.
Clarkson couldn't hold on to it.
Come on, 6, come on.
Again, Brett Finch. Not only has he been a distributor, created all sorts of problems for this Leeds defence, but his defence has been solid as well.
I think there were all sorts of hands in there on Clarkson as he hit the deck. It's an awful rule for the referees to try and adjudicate on, Sean, isn't it? Just dreadful.
It is, and we've debated over the years as coaches about what the best way to go is. Sometimes, you know, people will say, well, why not just let it play, just play on? But you know, we worry about the way the game's presented, and that could be a free-for-all. So, you know, clearly it's a responsibility of the attacking player to control the ball. But in certain situations, you know that there's undue pressure placed there, and referees have got to be able to recognise that and identify it.
Well, it's just got a bit scrappy in the last 5 minutes or so. Maybe the fatigue factor is greater than we believed.
Well, he just had a little look, didn't he, Ryan Hoffman? Watch the eyes. Who's coming to him? Yep. Big fella Lautiti. Well, it takes a split second, but he can lose control of it.
Lautiti. Halted by 2.
Well, Lautiti's certainly got the ball skills to get the ball away in the tackle, but will they have the support that they need? Because Leeds are looking very tired indeed.
Sinfield. And this is Webb. Gets the ball away brilliantly and finds Ben Jones-Bishop. 12 minutes to go here, 8 points the difference. Wigan with their noses in front. Badira's clapping his hands, wants urgency. Finds Sinfield. Back it comes to Webb. He then gives it to Bailey. Bailey goes down 18 metres away from the line. Gets to his feet, plays it to Badiras. Badiras with a scampering little run. Leeds score here, and the fat's in the fire. Sinfield, back it comes to Maguire. Maguire drifts the kick in. That's a knock-on. It's a knock-on by Joel Tompkins.
Well, they got the bounce of the ball, rubber the green, kick through, then he had another go at it. Not so sure that Maguire knew about the second one. Came back so quickly, and Tompkins definitely got the fingertips to it.
Oh, what a chance for Leeds here.
But I've got to do something from the base of the scrum.
Clarkson gives it to Sinfield, to Webb, and further wide to Lee Smith. Carmont with the tackle on Lee Smith. Big moment of the game here. Ben Jones-Bishop, Webb, Delaney.
We saw that scrum down for Leeds. I don't think there's any benefit of just taking it from the base of the scrum and then getting it out wide. You know, try to pull in the defence by a forward or a lead.
Badira's here. The Wigan defence stands firm. Clarkson waits at dummy half, flies the ball to Maguire. Maguire dubs it in for Hardaker, who'll score! That's a brilliant kick from Maguire, and a second try for Zach Hardaker. Tremendous kick from Maguire. And Hardaker, well, the script was written and he had read it. Top of the page to the bottom of the page, and Leeds, they're not done yet. Zach Hardaker's second try of the match. They missed a bit of firepower out wide last week. In Hardaker and Ben Jones-Bishop this week, they've certainly got it. And that's his second try of this evening's game.
The knock-on there by Joel Tompkins was the reason why they got the possession. But the lucky bounce. And from there, it was very, very poor play from the base of the scrum, but take nothing away from this. Maguire throws the dummy. Charlie not back quick enough. The youngster Hardaker. Great play. Top-class play. See how they move forward. Charlie knew it was too late. Hardaker didn't. They've got a chance. Yes. Mr. McDermott is happy. Rightly so.
Well, this is a big kick. This is a massive kick for Kevin Sinfield. 3 from 4. Ball just drops off the kicking tee, so he'll have to begin the preparations again. But Kevin Sinfield is the man. He can certainly kick these. 5 goals and a drop goal in the 27-26 win in the playoffs here last year for this fellow. And this, a big kick. They are back within 2 points. Great kick from Sinfield, 26-24. Wigan just in front.
It's very, very important for this Leeds side now. There's still 9 minutes left in this game. You're still going to have 3 or 4 sets of 6. It's drastically important. Beautiful quick from Maguire there. You see Hardaker score there, but it's very, very important that they now get the message out that they just put pressure back on this Wigan side, that they get to the kick on this set, put it back on the Wigan try line and say, there you go, come 100 metres back at us and put that pressure on this team.
Well, Wigan have used the ball there, interchanges.
Oh, it looked as though they were going to come up with an error there, Eddie, from the kick-off.
What Wigan have out there now, they go with till the end of the match, which is 8.5 minutes away. Bailey for Leeds. Remember, Leeds won on their last visit here in the playoffs, as I say, last year. Can they snatch this victory again? 44-18 Warrington. Salford at 26-18 up against Harlequins. Lee Smith with the ball for the Leeds Rhinos.
Now it's Wigan missing the tackles. But Deere is controlling things out there.
Maguire gets the ball away to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. That's the last one. Now then, Sinfield slides the kick along the deck, looking for Hardaker again, only finds Josh Charnley. Charnley tries to poke through the line.
Very confident by the young winger there. Great position. They'll be quite happy just to card it upfield now. You can hear the home crowd. They're trying to just influence the official, trying to get him for offside.
full time at Salford, and they've won 26-18. Brave effort from Harlequins. Leicester Saints 28-8. Here's Deacon for Wigan. Harrison Hansen, Super League extra time. We'll have reports from those games. We'll have the in-depth analysis here. What will we be talking about? A Wigan win, a Leeds win. That kick is too long from Tompkins.
Raises the arm.
7 minutes to go here. 2 points the difference. Ben Jones-Bishop.
Sam Tompkins wanted that to stay in the field of play. They've been missing a few tackles at Wigan over the past 5 or 6 minutes.
They didn't miss that one on Lauatiti. Badiras. This is how Bailey finds Maguire. Here's Sinfield, Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Must say, Sinfield's had a great game tonight for his club.
Tremendous stuff. He really has controlled things out there, and he's been a real leader as well.
So is this fellow, Webb. Lateral run from Webb brings Lauatiti into it. He gets the ball away to Sinfield. Sinfield then to Webb. It's opened up for Webb. Leeds aren't done yet, you know.
Good job that Hansen was there.
Badiras.
Great run.
Great ball to Ablett. Deacon, an important tackle. Last one here for Leeds. Maguire. Bailey. Back it comes to Ablett. On it goes to Maguire. Maguire stabs it forward, and Maguire scores! Maguire scores for the Leeds Rhinos, or does he? Was it a knock-on? I think that's what they're going to check.
Steve, can you check if he kicked the ball before he touched the floor, please?
Well, if this is given, Danny Maguire has won this for the Rhinos. Remember, it was his kick 3 minutes ago that allowed the winger, Zach Hardegger, to get into it. Tompkins goes for it.
He's dropped it. It's hit the ground. That ball has hit the ground first.
But how did it come out?
Out of his hand, Steve-O.
Well, I know that, but watch, does anybody get an arm to it when he's going through? I think it's Sam Tompkins. This is the Bailey offload. Then Ablett back on the inside.
This is the moment. Well, you can't tell from there, but you can from this.
If he touched the ball before he kicked.
There, it's hit the floor.
Yeah. A split second, he could have claimed that he was going for a drop kick. But this will be turned down. It's a big, big decision by Steve Ganson. Now, could it be a penalty? I don't think so. It's a big, big decision here. It's a split second as you qualified, because it can be.
Well, I think Steve Ganson's seen the best angle, and this is it. Well, is he wondering, as you say, whether Sam Tompkins has tackled him?
That's what he's going to look at.
Without the ball.
I think he's entitled to tackle him. He's got the ball in his hands. I think he's entitled to tackle him.
Well,
if hands are on him now, as he's about to kick, he's entitled to do that.
Yeah.
He's knocked the ball on.
He's saved. Sam Tompkins has saved Wigan's bacon, but that's only my decision. Steve Ganson is the one. We'll soon find out. If you hear the roof go up, you'll know it's N-O-T-R-Y.
Yeah, but if it's try, look out. Steve Ganson's decision is this. And the roof does go up. And Danny Maguire thought he'd won the match for Leeds. But here, it hits the ground a split second before.
And Sam Tompkins is the reason why. He just pulls the arm back, and the coordination, he shakes his head in disbelief.
Well, he knows we're not here, that's given.
Yeah.
I think that's a great decision from the touch judge, isn't it? Because Thierry Aubert actually missed that and was about to give the try, and it was the touch judge that was in the correct decision. I said go to the screen, so great call from the touch judge.
Well, look, the time is still there. Leeds is still not out of this. It's Wigan's head and feet at the scrum.
They're trying to force the error.
Well, you can get plenty of numbers in a tackle here because...
well, the referee called the scrum, and it's now the turnover. Michael Maguire with a quizzical look. Thierry fooled us all. It was the last tackle, so he got it right eventually, and he got the decision to go upstairs right eventually, and eventually we might get a winner.
who's critical of referees? I can't believe it.
Second, move!
Well, he certainly
The screen actually did say scrum defence, so maybe that's our fault as well.
Yeah, no, it did.
You're right there, and but they've got the right decision. Well, this is really up to jumper time, isn't it?
I don't think that either of these sides can do that.
Oh, listen, there's a time to be fancy, and this is not it from the Wigan outfit. But look at that, again, strong work. Gets them over the halfway line. This would be a good kick and change, it has to be.
Finch's kick, Acres underneath it. He goes straight at Deacon. And also there was Harrison Hansen.
Well, if Leeds don't win this, boy, they came down close, didn't they? And Brian McDermott said he wanted a good effort. You never know, they could still snatch it. There's still plenty of seconds remaining.
Well, Sinfield have been magnificent. There's a bit of a loose pass. Peacock.
I think Sinfield and Danny Maguire ready for the Leeds outfit, and the fullback Brent Webb. They're getting back to their best. They've shown their style and their skill tonight.
Maguire again.
But so, on the Wigan side, Tompkins as usual. Brett Finch, he's been instrumental.
That's a charge down. It's a 0 tackle. Charge down and Peacock has it back. He advanced to the kicker. That's why it was given as a charge down. Here go Leeds with Bailey. Last throw of the dice, maybe.
Do you know, I think Jamie Peacock was having a bit of a rest here. He was. Oh, hang on. I've got it.
Lautiti for Leeds. Gets the ball away.
Well, you can't blame Lautiti. You can blame poor support play by Leeds.
Well, you know he's going to do it.
Yeah.
You know Ali Lautiti's going to offload every play if he can. Left-hand offload.
It's nothing unusual, but there's nobody there apart from one, Thomas Luluai.
Was that a New Zealand voice in a New Zealand ear?
It doesn't matter, Eddie. You've got to have numbers there with a man that is world famous for offloads. Was it a blue and gold there? No.
Joel Tompkins plays the ball on halfway to Luluai. Here goes Andy Coley.
Finch will take control here. Give it to me.
Back it comes to Finch, outside of the boot.
That'll do.
That will run dead.
I tell you what, Eddie, Steve, if I had a sub left now, I'd be getting Rock Burrows on the field and say, just run at them and see what happens.
Here goes Jamie Jones-Buchanan. He's run his blood to water for the cause tonight as well. Bailey. Final score, Warrington stay top. 48-18, convincing winners again. They're just scoring points for fun. Oh, Sinfield's ball. Back on the inside, finds Peacock somehow. It's a TT.
He said he went backwards.
That went forwards. Wigan have got it back, and I think Wigan have got the 2 points. So near, yet so far for Brian McDermott.
Well, they just need to run the clock down now. It's a minute 25. You need to make sure you complete the set. Probably possibly even fine touch well.
Badeiros. Now, will they go for 2? No, play on, says Maguire. Play on, play on.
Well, fine touch, take the tack, run the clock down. It's going to take a little while to do that. No point going for 2 points. Even though Pat Richards would probably kick it, he'd probably kick it dead if he missed the goal anyway.
It came off the knees of Tompkins as they tried to get the ball round the corner. There was a reaction from Leeds to this penalty decision, but I don't think Thierry Alibert on that occasion, Sean, had any other option.
I'm comfortable with that. I'd be comfortable with particularly if I was Michael Maguire, I'd be very comfortable. But here we go, Eddie, 40 seconds. It takes about that to play a set of 6. Wigan should be able to run the clock down here.
Well, maybe this is the time for no fancy stuff.
Well, Leeds have got to try and do a one-on-one steal. That's the only thing they've probably got, because the ball's not going to be passed too much. It's either going to go out of dummy half, or it's going to be hit up from the dummy half position.
Lima stands his ground. 15 seconds remain. Here's Finch. Now O'Loughlin. 10 seconds to go. They're counting down. That ball's come free. It's a penalty to Wigan. They've won the match. And 2 points. Take the 2, says Michael Maguire. There's the full-time siren.
Well, now you take the 2 because points for and against might just be important at the end of the year. There's no point kicking for touch or taking a tap and trying to score a try, I suppose, but because you may surrender possession. And
no, they've taken the tap.
Well, they should have gone for 2 points.
Oh, here we go. Well, this is frustration from Leeds. Why didn't Wigan just take the 2 on offer and get out of here? Frustration for Leeds, and maybe, I don't know, we're not privy to what was being said down there, obviously, but maybe just a word out of place in the wrong ear, perhaps. The referee has allowed him to, well, Maguire's offside anyway, and then it all starts.
He's going to get another penalty here, isn't it, after a bit of a melee, and still not going to take the 2.
That's the way to do it. Pump it out. Michael Maguire's won, and Brian McDermott knows his men came so close. Smile for him. Frustration again for Brian McDermott. But before the match, he said the performance was all important, and he got the performance, and he almost got the win.
Well, they got the performance in the first half. I thought Leeds were absolutely outstanding in the first half. They weren't allowed to play when the game started in the second half. Wigan were dominant. They had all the momentum. They scored a couple of early tries, and they've just managed to hang on there. And I think Leeds could be very proud of their performance, but unfortunately, when you come second on the scoreboard, it doesn't give you any points on the competition table. But what it does, it sets you up for your next week's performance. I think Leeds will build on this, certainly.